Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I just woke up about 30 minutes ago from yesterday's session, my driving, and had a lot on my mind, so I wanted to talk about it. Yesterday was amazing. I finally feel like I actually was able to get out there and properly apply all the knowledge that I've learned. I've been out on the road, in these back roads, tuning this car probably 30, 40 times. I've taken the car out and driven. But yesterday, I really felt like I was able to actually use the Access Tuner software and apply all the things that I've learned to the car in that short time that I was out there. Before, it was more just like learning and applying numbers, seeing what happens. But today, I got to actually apply. Yesterday, I got actually to apply. I didn't get much video while I was on the road. Unfortunately, I was too focused on the tuning side and enjoying it. I got a few sound clips, I think, that I'll throw in here real quick just for the heck of it. Just shows off the external wastegate. But what I mainly want to show you real quick here, and let me go ahead and load it up, is a few things that I did do. And that will kind of show you where I went and how I did with the tuning. So the other thing I forgot to tell you guys about is a program that I use, and a few other tuners that I've talked to, pro tuners I use. It's called Mega Log Viewer. In this case, Mega Log Viewer HD. It's by EFI Analytics. They I think it's $30 or $40 for the software. I highly recommend paying for it. I mean, there's a free version, but they only let you see so much of your log to get an idea if it'll work for you. But the customizability of this program and what it actually shows you, and you'll get to see that, it's pretty amazing. And it's updated. They constantly update the program. I'm getting updates at least once a month, if not a few a month, just to fix bugs and improve things. Alright, so what you're basically seeing here is all that data from that day. Stuff at the top is basically RPM and air fuel. That's why it's all over the place. The stuff in the middle down here, this is going to be your knock. The green is my fine knock learn. I get a lot of that during basic driving conditions. And then you'll see the red is actually my feedback knock. So let me get to a certain point and I want to show you something. Here, you should be able to tell it's yellow. That is actually the wastegate duty cycle. So it starts to creep up here, and then once it hits its peak, and in my case the peak is going to be 21.8. If you notice, that line is straight as can be. That's the most straight edge lines you can see. That plateau, man, it makes me happy. That just tells me that with the external wastegate, the boost control system, and my tuning, that car is holding that boost steady, and there's no over boosting, under boosting, nothing. It hits it and it stays. That's really cool to see. So the next thing I wanted to show you was some of the differences with knock. So this guy here and this guy here is knock. So we'll go to the first one, and I'll show you what I hit. So that's a -2 feedback knock. Now, I don't know if you can see the numbers on the camera, but I'm at about 5,900 RPM, almost 3 load, and about 11.3 in my AFR. It's kind of blurring out. So now I shifted gears and went into the next gear, and I hit another -2, which is a much bigger one. I'm again at 5,300 RPM. I'm at 3.1 load, and that carries through for about 13.1303, 1304. So that was a good second and a half of -2 knock. So that happens with tuning. Alright, so what happened next is the car decided it didn't like that. It's not liking the knock. So what I did is I made a small adjustment to my AFR just to kind of make it a little more rich. So that did help. But still, the car wasn't happy with that. So the green line you see here, this is actually my fine knock learning. And as I went through at 5,600 RPM and about 3 load, the car pulled 1.4 fine knock learning, -1.4. That's the car saying, hey, we've seen knock here too many times. Let's go ahead and globally pull it for a while, constantly. We're going to always pull it no matter what in that cell. We're going to pull that timing. So that's not a bad thing. That just sees that the car saw it more than it wanted to and decided, hey, it's bad enough, we're going to leave it there. Later on, we'll test it and we'll see if we want to, put back that timing. So let me skip to the next one. All right, so this was next few more polls, and as you can see, that green line has gotten bigger as far as long. It's seeing that timing across the board, and it pulled another 1.4 all the way across for a good, looks like 2 seconds throughout that 700 RPM pull or so. And the final part I wanted to show you, so this is exactly what happens. In this case, I did another pull. I'm at about 4,800 RPM. This is where I started to build my boost and most of my pulls. Could have done it sooner, but I'm worried about the top end for now. So we're at 5,300. We got 1.4 on our fine knock learn, and then this happens. Bam! It drops down to negative 2.8. This is exactly where we were seeing knock before. 5,700 RPM and 3 load, all the way through to 6,800. So that's kind of what I want to show you. It's progressive. You get knock, you get small fine knock learning, you get big fine knock learning as the car makes bigger adjustments, and it sits there steady. So the best way to explain this really is it's the car learning what to do, and it's not that it's bad that the car has negative 2.8 fine knock learning. That is bad. But it's good because the car learned that there was a timing issue and it pulled it globally throughout those cells. So it's actually protecting itself. So you won't see knock or anything with that fine knock learning. Now obviously you don't want to be running like that because conditions will change. ECU can reset and you're back to that knock again until it learns it. But this will give you an idea of when knock is actually bad. When it hits that fine knock learning point and you know you're not just having forward piston noise or something rattling around in your engine, that fine knock learn stays and sticks every pull, and the system decided to actually apply it to the learning side. In that case, you need to view your learning, view your learned viewing values, the ones you can get from Access Tuner, and apply those changes. So I'll show you what I did real quick with that. Alright, so what I did here, hopefully the camera can bring the numbers in. If not, I can take a snapshot and show you. But in this case, I went and applied that information. So I went through basically 5,600 through 6,400 all the way to about 2.5 to 3 load. And I do kind of like a 3x3. So I go through in the 3 cells around the cell that's being hit, and I make some slight adjustments. So that's kind of what I did here. I pulled about 1.5 degrees of timing. And then here's my map itself, and I kind of smoothed this out a little bit. It wasn't quite as smooth as I was hoping in some areas. And I smoothed it out a little bit, and we'll make another test. We'll see how the car likes that new timing change. Besides that, only thing I really did was I upped my wastegate duty cycle. So my wastegate duty cycle is good. It's nice and low, just the way. Actually, let me go to the low one. So we're talking 23 in the highest throttle position, and then I scaled it all the way down from 10 going up to 20, just using the interpolation table or option. So we'll apply that, and I'll take the car applied. I'll get that map flashed. I'm take the car back out again today. I'm not gonna have my handy cameraman or data person running the computer. I'll be out there by myself today. So I'll try and grab a few more clips. I'm gonna throw the GoPro up in the car just so I can have some more footage, and we'll see what these changes have done.